Today we're going to focus on just one skill, and that's rotating around objects around a central axis. To do that, I'm just going to make sure that we're all starting on the same page and going to Window and Workspace. Make sure you're on Essentials Classic, and if you are, just reset Essentials Classic, and then hopefully your workspace looks exactly the same as mine. First thing we're going to do is drag out a circle, and that's going to act as though a central point for which we can do the rotating. So I'm just going to drag that out like so. And with the black arrow selected, if I use my alignment tools, I can center that on the page. I'm then going to drag out another circle and hold Shift to constrain that circle, quite simply. And then selecting both of these, I'm just going to align to the middle circle so that these center axes are vertically aligned. So the first way of doing the rotation around a center axis is the simplest way. It's not the best way, but it does have its place. So by selecting the circle I want to rotate, then hitting the rotate tool, and just clicking the center point of the circle I want to rotate, or the axis I want to rotate around. And you'll see there with the black arrow, I start dragging that, and that starts rotating around. Now, that's how we do it if we want to move something. I'll just double check that's aligned again. I'm going to select that, go to rotate, select the center point, and this time I'm just going to hit Option button and start dragging it. You'll notice that my black cursor then goes to a black and a white cursor, and then let that go. So we've got a duplicate. Now if the next thing we do is hit Command and D, you'll see that that will duplicate the last action that I did. So I can just keep going around and make it back to the start. And as we get to the start, you'll notice that it's actually not aligned perfectly. So we haven't got equal distribution. Now that's something we could do. If I just hold Command D down, you'll see this. We can actually get that Etch a Sketch kind of pattern, and it can do some interesting things as we do that. So you know, it does have its place, but it's not exactly accurate. I'm just going to select all of these for the moment. Hold Shift to deselect the center circle and delete all of those things. All right, so that's way number one. Way number two, so we're just going to do another circle, slightly different. It does have its place, so we're going to align those that way. This time though, I'm going to Option drag another copy down here. Now at the moment it doesn't matter, it's not centered. I'm going to grab both of those by holding Shift to select both of them, and then I'm going to make sure they're aligned, and then I'm going to Object and Group. So you can see there now when I select that, that's treating it as one object. So when I grab both of those, and I'll just select both of these and then click on the circle, and then align center and align vertical, so that's now centered. Now this is not the best way of doing things 100% accurately, but we certainly, if we want to do things a certain amount of degrees, it's a good way of doing it. Because we've got two objects that are grouped, this is now going to rotate around that center point. So I'm going to go to Object, Transform, and Rotate. And this is a circle, 360 degrees. So if I do anything that's divisible by 360, so let's go 15 degrees, and press Copy, you'll see that that will produce a copy 15 degrees around the circle. And again, hitting Command D. This time, you'll notice that it actually equally distributes it, 15-degree increments the whole way around the circle, which is a good way of doing it. So that's pretty good if you just want to do anything by degrees. So the third way we can do that, I'll just go back to this here. I'll go to Object and Ungroup, or Command Shift G, and delete this one. It's probably the best way to do it if you need to do anything and you want a specific amount of steps around the outside. So let's say, for instance, we wanted to do a clock face and we wanted 12 dots around the outside equal. So I'm just going to again align these, make sure they're centered. This time I'm going to select the circle, I'm going to go to rotate, but instead of just clicking in the center, I'm going to hit Option key, and you'll notice the cursor goes to 3 or 4 dots, and then I click on center. So slightly different. It gives me this option here, which we've seen before, but this time I'm going to type in 360 degrees divided by 12. So it's going to do the maths for me when I press copy, and now Command D. This time, as I go around, it will divide it perfectly into 12 divisions. So a really good way when you know how many divisions you need, it'll actually work it out for you and do that for you. So there's 3 different ways of doing it. I'm just going to show you some application of those skills. So I'll just get rid of that circle there. Let's go with, I don't know, let's make this a bit smaller. And then copy and paste it in front, holding Alt to constrain it, and then copy and paste it in front. Go a bit bigger. I'm going to give it some white fill, and I'm going to give it some slightly thicker stroke. And then Object, Arrange, Center Back. Okay, so I've got these objects here. Now I'm going to go into this document here. This is some stuff that I was mucking around with before, but you can see how you could step and repeat shapes or patterns or whatever you like around the outside. I'm just going to copy that shape here and bring it into this document and paste it. Let's make it, probably looks alright. I'm not too worried about closing it off because I'm just going to shove it behind, and I want to see through the center of that. I'm just going to make sure that they're all aligned center. So I'm going to grab this object. I might just make that a tiny bit thinner. There we go, happy with that. So I'm going to select rotate. I'm going to hold Option, click the center point. Let's go with 20 degrees and a copy, and then Command D as we go around the outside. One more, beautiful. So you can see there how we can get a fairly complex shape. I'm just going to grab this, and Object, Arrange, bring to front to sit in top, and that'll trim all those lines off. So you can see very quickly you can get really complicated shapes. How you go about that and how complicated you get is completely up to you, but it's really not as difficult as it actually looks. So have fun making mandalas or clock faces or whatever you fancy.